Episode 6 of Disabled But is presented by All Things One Love.
Nigga flies me, ain't a nigga cold as me, ain't another nigga got a swag quite like. But hold up, that's the way I feel. But hold up, but that's the way I feel.
Yo, swanging and banging on the ones and twos. Allow me to reintroduce myself to all of you. It is Kendrick Avant, your agent of gratitude, the multiple sclerosis outlaw. And people, I'll bring to you the superstar who I've written about, blogged about, talked to. I have Tyler from Los Cielos, Peru here with us. He is ready to answer a few questions about the ayahuasca, the men's retreat, and tell us all about his story. You're going to hear from the man himself. I'll bring you Tyler. What is going on in the beautiful backdrop of Peru? Brother, introduce yourself.
Thank you, Kendrick, for having and hosting this beautiful room or this podcast so people can be aware and about the stuff that's coming up. So thank you so much for having me on here.
No problem at all.
Excuse me. I'm in the kitchen. Probably move. Actually, I'm gonna stay here. I'm in the kitchen here at Los Cielos in the jungle. Our Wi-Fi's, it only goes to certain spots. So this is actually the most comfortable spot for me right now, but we're good. So
Cool,
yeah,
man.
a little bit about myself. My name is Tyler Olson, Meier. I am 36 years old. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was 28. And that's really where my story begins on all this. And should I just roll right into that and tell my story?
Yeah, you sure can. Absolutely.
So 28, got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Fast forward or backtrack 6 years, I was in college to do an adventure guide diploma, and I got to listen to a professional rock climber talk about his, profession and what he's done. And he had mentioned and just said, it was like a 5-minute introduction. I did ayahuasca. It's a life-changing experience down in South America. And then he continued on. Somehow that word ayahuasca put in a file in my brain, and then fast forward 6 years, I didn't even look into it. I didn't Google it. I just was like, oh, this word ayahuasca, life-changing plant medicine, cool. So fast forward back to when I get diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. As soon as the doctor came in and told me that I had it, I knew from that moment I was going to be taking up plant medicine. And I just was not going to do Western medicine. I didn't really trust pills. Even when I was a younger kid, I didn't take Tylenol to stop my headache or pains here and there. So what I did is I looked up, I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. I lost my job and I had to take a fundraiser or make a fundraiser for a year until I could come down and try the medicine. And right before I was going to come down to Peru to do this medicine, I got hit with another MS attack, which you and I know, of course, Kendrick, can be, daunting at least. Yes. And it was, I just was learning about it. I just had gotten it. So I was, reading up on all the different type of symptoms that we can get. My symptoms started rising and getting pins and needles numbness from my legs, and then all the way, and it rised all the way up to the bottom of my neck until like 2 days before I was supposed to be jumping on the plane, to the point where I was actually feeling like, I don't know, maybe I have to cancel this whole thing. Like, I don't want to be on the plane by myself. Yep. And my face goes numb or I go blind and I'm, helpless or useless by myself. So I was kind of, on the edge at that moment. And then I was like, no, wait, there's a reason that this is happening. Of course, my family was, they were supportive, but not 100%. They were my mom and a lot of them wanted me to do the Western medicine. They wanted me to take these steroids first and see how that worked. And that was not in my playbook. I was not going to let that happen. So I kind of had to prove to them, this happened for a reason. So I could prove to them that this was going to help. And so I did. I came down and I sat with the medicine, and she talks to you, and I have conversations with her, the spirit, and Mother Aya. She also can give you visions. There's plenty of things that she does. And her ceremonies with me were telling me some weird things, like skeptical male first time being there with this. I'm like, she's telling, there's voices in my head telling me I'm going to return to Peru sooner than I expect. It's like, okay. And she just kept on repeating it. She'd, talk, and then you're going to return to Peru sooner than you expect. I'm like, what? Who's telling me this? And then, excuse me, in the middle of the conversations and the ceremony, she just threw out the number 6, just 6. Okay, just yeah, and 6.
Wow.
So I didn't know what that was meaning either. And so I actually planned to stay down there. The original retreat is 9 days, and you drink the medicine 4 times. And so I asked, since this was, MS, I wanted to go a little bit longer and try to go a little bit deeper with this medicine stuff, the plant medicine. And so I booked myself to stay another extra 9 days, which is not really a retreat. I was staying as a volunteer almost, or just a stay on client. I was staying a little bit longer. And so I got to drink a few more times. And sure enough, okay, so in the middle of this retreat, I'm having all these sensations, or no sensations, pins and needles. And I get this tattoo that's on my chest. I don't feel it. That's how bad the numbness is in my chest. I don't even feel the tattoo going through it all. And as the 6th ceremony comes along, I drink it.
So the tattoo came as part of this. You got the tattoo during the ceremony, during one of the ceremonies?
So not during, but during my stay down here, one of the volunteers at the center was a tattoo artist. So like during your break, when you're, down doing nothing, he was offering tattoos. So I was numb. I wanted this flower of life. And yeah, it was like, he's like, wow, I've tattooed bikers that have cried getting tattoos on their chest like this, like big dudes. Like, this is not an easy spot to get a tattoo. I'm like, I don't even feel a thing, like nothing, just tattoo as long as you need to. I don't feel it. He's like, wow, that's pretty impressive. He's like, I hope you feel it, when I color it in. I was like, I hope you don't, but okay.
That shading is the killer. Okay.
And then I drank my 6th ceremony, and the morning of, I woke up and rubbing the towel on my back I had full sensation back again. Like, it was a process. It wouldn't just happen in one day. I drank some medicine, and I, started feeling in my feet, and then it grew and rose up to my legs. And then by the 6th ceremony, full feeling all back in my body. So I got to feel the coloring in of this tattoo, which hurt. But it is a little bit of type 2 fun, or we can say it's like, it was a little bit nice to have feeling back again too at the same time, even though it was painful.
Sure.
But it was good. So yeah, that was my story about how I got into the ayahuasca and the medicine.
Okay, amazing. Man, I've got to ask you next, because I heard that this is just rumors that I've heard, because as you know way more than I do. All I know about ayahuasca here in America are things I catch on YouTube. And on YouTube, it's always the people in the white robes. They get dipped in water somewhere near a river and everything. At some point, I've actually had a reader of my blog contact me and ask you about the Kampo frog, or do you have to do something with the frog after the ayahuasca to stop the visions? Can you tell us about what is this reader referring to about a frog?
Okay, so good questions. I think all 3 of them maybe might be there. So I'll touch on all of them as quick and as professional as I can. So for one, looking up YouTube videos about ayahuasca and Kampo, which are both plant medicines and actually are used separately from each other, can be touch and go. I mean, for one, it can give people expectations, because some of them can say, oh, I did this for me and I saw this and then this happened. And then people are going to come down and they're expecting to have those same things. And so the medicine, which is very important to know, that the medicine works with everyone individually and it is unique to you. Every experience is different. Every single time you drink the medicine, every time you use the medicine combo, it's always going to be a different experience.
Okay.
And so it can get a little, it can get a little distracting and you know, misleading when you see some other videos. And so onto that point, ayahuasca is a medicine used by the Shipibo and the indigenous tribes along the Ucayali River. And, you know, before there were no borders and there was just tribes in the Amazon jungle, and it's just a part of the world. And so in a different, denser part of the jungle, which is in Iquitos, which is also in Peru and other parts of Brazil, that is where is native to the frog Kampo, the Binasterius tapi. No, that's ayahuasca. Sorry, just put out a science name of the ayahuasca. The bicolor Philomedusa is the giant monkey tree frog, which they use for Kampo. And so it is a separate medicine. It's not used to take down the visions or anything like that. It's used on a separate part. You know, we like to use it before ayahuasca because it's a purgative. It helps. Kampo is very powerful. The tribes would use it almost like a vaccine, you know, to protect themselves from snake bites. It helps them clear their chakras. It helps them, you know, make them be aligned and help start spinning and gravitating in the right way. It helps remove negative energy. It helps give you good luck for hunting. So they would do it at night. And so all your senses get heightened. Your smell, your seeing, your touching. So this would be a medicine that they would use to help cleanse their body and push out negative panema, negative energy, and give them good luck and just kind of help align themselves with their, you know, the plants and nature around them. Ayahuasca, again, so we would use it, and then the tribes, there's different tribes that use it in different ways. So the Shipibo don't actually use the Kampo medicine. It's another tribe called the Hunikin or the Yawanawa. And my wife, Sylvie, she has trained with the Hunikin. And so she has brought in that medicine knowledge here with us. So we, you know, can offer both the ayahuasca with the Shipibo tribe and then the Kampo medicine that Sylvie's trained me on. But yeah, that's how those two medicine works together. And then the ceremony of ayahuasca, did you want to know how that goes?
Absolutely, man. That's the good stuff.
Right. So again, you were saying like ceremonies could be like people getting dipped in the water and they're all wearing white.
Yeah, man.
Again, videos are just, it could be, there's so much out there. So typically how our ceremonies are held here, and what would happen is, you know, for one, you stop eating halfway through the day. So if it's a ceremony day, you eat breakfast and lunch, and then no more food for the rest of the day. And it's a rest day, you know, it's going to be a ceremony night, which, you know, we ask you to be at the Maloka for about 8:00 p.m. And then we'll all join in there. We'll kind of all settle in. The lights will be low. We offer other medicines, Rape and Sananga, which I can get into those a little bit later. And then once the medicine has been sung into with a typical Icaro by the shaman, so he'll hold the medicine that we drink and sing prayers and, you know, positive energy and all these thoughts into the medicine before we drink it. And then we pour the medicine for each person and they take it down, which is usually a 1 ounce shot in and around there. It could be smaller, could be a little bit more, depending on the person. And then it's lights out and it's pitch black for the first hour or so to get the medicine to kind of settle in and start working with the body. And then usually the shamans, once the medicine kicks in for them, they'll start singing their medicine work, and they will sing Icaros, which is like a high, where it's a vibration and, you know, a tone that you can't really understand. It's in a, you know, their
Bustles in my music, man, them blunts get played. See, I'm the king of my throne, East Texas till I'm gone.
Technical difficulties, people, but he will be right back. We just got to ride this out. This is how the rainforest is. I am in Houston, just north of Houston, Texas. Tyler is in Los Cielos, Peru. And there we go.
Sorry about that, guys. I got kicked out there. I think I was about to say We were in the ceremony, and the lights
Yep.
go out after everyone's drinking, and it's silent for an hour. And then the shaman will start singing an
Yep.
Icaro, and then he typically goes and sits in front of you, sings an Icaro for you specifically, and he helps again look at energies around and in your body that he can help move out and align so they're not, twisted and all jangled up. He trying to helps kind of clears things and aligns things within your body so your energy flow and your light is glowing, and your corona, which is the top of your head, is starting to be clear. So that's, again, ayahuasca's main medicine and main purpose is to clean the body. So that's why we purge. People are like, oh, I don't want to go because I'm gonna puke. And puking is only one type of purge. You can puke, you can shit, you can laugh, you can cry, you can shake, you can sweat. These are all types of purges. So it's not, again, like I said, every ceremony is different. It doesn't mean every time you're looking to purge. Sorry, I'm gonna have a background noise. My generator's got to pump some water for the place.
Oh man, we hear you. We hear you. We are good.
So
the
yeah,
word,
that is typical ceremony. Sorry.
I'll say, so the word that I am learning today, I learned something. Every time I talk to you, the word I am learning is the purgative. And both the ayahuasca and the Kampo are actually purgatives, but they're not used together. So it's not like you have to do the Kampo to stop anything with the, okay, good. That's great knowledge. And that in general, if somebody even wants to do the Kampo, then the Kampo is done before ayahuasca anyway. So all that is good stuff. All that is good stuff. Whenever they're doing the ceremony. So during the ceremony, is one ceremony the 9 days, or is it the entire? Was that the men's retreat is 9 days? Am I confusing those two?
Oh yeah. So the retreat that I first went to was 9 days, and they offer 4 ceremonies. And I want to finish one part about the ceremony. So a ceremony started about 8 p.m. and then they could go anywhere from like midnight if it's a really gentle and light night, and depending on how many people, or till 3 or 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, depending on, again, how strong the medicine is and how deep people are in with it. So it could go to they're long. It lasts from anywhere from 4 to 12 hours almost for people. The medicine in them, anyways, and the ceremonies are anywhere from 4 to 8 hours.
Okay.
And then so Kampo, as I was saying, is like we use it here. I'll tell you about the men's retreat, and I can dive into that. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Is that whereabouts we are?
Let's do that.
Okay, so I've got we wanted to talk about the food here. Do you want me to go on that first, or
you know what? Let's do food, and then let's do men's retreat, because the men's retreat is similar to what we're talking about, and then we'll finish out with the different foods you're learning about there.
Perfect. Right. So my men's retreat that I'm hosting here, which is coming up super soon, September 21st to October 8th. It's 18 days in total. We'll spend 10 days on my property here at Los Cielos, and then 8 days we will go spend up at a sister company or a friend's company up in Cusco and the Andes, and do Wachuma, which is San Pedro, which is another plant medicine. It's grandfather medicine. So ayahuasca we use is grandmother or mother ayahuasca. It's the female energy. And then San Pedro is the grandfather, the father energy. It's heart opening. So at daytime medicine that we drink in the daytime, and we're in the mountains, actually by a sacred temple, the moon temple. And it's really beautiful. It really kind of ties in at the end and ties up nicely at finishing with ayahuasca. So we do all this in the dirt, deep cleaning stuff down in the jungle, and then we go up into the mountains and we clear and we open the light up into our heart and open it up. It's perfect. And so we'll do 5 ayahuasca here. 3 Kampo is what we offer. So we just intermittently put the Kampo in between the ceremonies. So
Okay.
we'll have when the guys arrive for the men's retreat, the first thing we do is kind of get them settled in, and then the next day we'll do just a purge. So we have plants that we put together. We have multiple plants that we can use, lemongrass and ajo sacha, which is like a garlic plant, and we can use just this plant. So anyways, we boil a specific leaves, and it's just a purge. So we'll first thing in the morning, drink this warm liquid that's made out of these leaves. And then you drink more water after that, and you purge it all out again. So again, we're cleaning, and then we'll have ayahuasca that night. And then usually the next morning or the morning after at 8 in the morning, we do Kampo. And then we have them rest all day, nothing, no ceremony or anything. Kampo is a pretty intensive, it could last anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. And it's a full neural systemic shock to the body. When you get the medicine, it's so foreign, your body doesn't know what's coming up. So it sends every fighting thing to push it out. So there's, some people describe it as like, you feel like you may die at a moment. Like as soon as the medicine goes on, it really happens fast. And the process for the Kampo is I clean a spot on your body. Usually for the first time, it'll be your left arm or your left leg, depending again on the person. I will burn gates, what they're called. I'll take a stick of ayahuasca usually, and I'll make it hot coal, and then burn the first 2 layers of your skin, remove the skin, clean it up again. And then the frog venom, I put them into these little balls. And so it's all hydrated with water. And then I put the balls onto the open gates, and then it goes into your bloodstream or I can't think of the correct lymphatic system. And within seconds, like after I put on 1 or 2 dots, you start feeling the medicine go through, and your heart will start going really quick. You'll get really, really hot and sweaty. And then usually this is for me, this is what happens for me, is like my head gets really whoom, 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 whoom. And then I know I'm about to purge. And then you puke. I forgot the most important part, of course. Before all this happens, I get the client to drink 2 liters of water because it's frog medicine, and frogs, well, they live in water, their whole body is, gaping holes, just like ours of, wow, I'm slipping on words really good today. Our orifices, like we suck it all in through our skin, and so do they, but the frogs are masters of that. They live in water, absorb it. So water is a key thing when you're using Kampo. It pushes the medicine out faster and quicker. And then that is our 18 days with the men's, and it's going to be really, relaxed. It's about gathering men together and being vulnerable and sharing your story and where you're at, how you're feeling at this time, here and now, and not, knowing that there's other people out there, if not dealing with the same struggles as you, but, just as tough as a struggle, if not, harder. So it's good to reach out and have these men talk and come together and share their story and become a little more vulnerable with themselves and know that it's okay to cry or okay to share that they're not happy with this or not feeling that. So that's the whole purpose. It's going to be good.
Man, before multiple sclerosis, I don't remember crying. I didn't cry for the birth of any of the 4 kids. I mean, I wasn't crying. I was trying to be a G all the time, as gangster, as hardcore as I could be. And in the 5 years of this illness, I have gotten so much more comfortable with just letting those tears out. I've cried in front of my kids about little things, and like my kids will come up, pat me on the head and say, "Dad is cool," and blah blah blah. But I know, man, this is how I am supposed to be. Like, I know doing it the other way, always making the straight face and all that mean stuff and not smile. You take pictures with the family, and everybody else in the picture is smiling and grinning and laughing, and you trying to be and just look at the camera and be all hardcore and tough. Big gangster all the time, man. And the way you're doing it now is so much easier. It is so much easier just to go ahead on and laugh or smile or cry or tell somebody what you're feeling than to keep any of that drawn in, sucked in, trying to do it one way. And you know what? That's the, as
Yeah.
I say it, I can see that being the beauty of the ayahuasca and the combo. Like I know that's the type of shit that you are purging out. It's all these stereotypes and all these old thoughts and all of this nonsense that you have been dealing with your entire life, believing you have to do it this way, have to be this way, have to talk this way, and just let all literally like you already said, let all that shit go. Literally let all that shit go. I can't wait to
Hell
come try
yes.
it out.
Yep. That is.
I can't wait to come
Oh, I
try
can't
it out.
wait to have you come with.
Old man told me not come to sleep but a dream. So when you see that paint gleam, just know I'm living my dream.
Is this the wet or the dry season in Peru right now for you?
We are literally on the cusp right now. It's like we're in transition month, so it's just starting to switch over to rainy season. So the last few months, May, June, July, August, and September, that's dry season here. Hot, hot, hot.
So the dry season, when it's dry, that's when it's the hottest time of the year then as well.
Yep. Yep.
So now it's gonna, the
I
men's
mean, it's
retreat is when
always
things
hot.
start to
But
cool. Yeah, I can only imagine. Cause like I told, I went to Ecuador and it was 70 to 90 every day. And we were there July, it was always high 70s, low 80s. So I know it's always hot in Peru because you are deeper in the rainforest than Ecuador. Ecuador's right there. We had fun in Guayaquil, which is close to the center. But man, Manta on the beach is where I'm trying to be. I want to be on the beach, on the water, to look out, see stuff splashing, see people surfing. Even if I can't do it, like that's what I want to wake up and see. And that is, man, that is so therapeutic. Just waking up and seeing that, so therapeutic.
yeah.
During the men's retreat, does it require a lot of walking? Or because I know you said you
No.
said the people go to the, no, it doesn't require a lot of walking? Oh, awesome. Oh, snap.
I mean,
Awesome.
our terrain is big. But other than getting from, to your casita to the kitchen to eat and to the casita to the maloca for ceremony, other than those typical things, it's not like you're walking. But it is, in terms of that, it's like, I don't know how far, babe, to our house. It's almost like a football field to get to one of the casitos from the kitchen. So, it's kind of, it depends on how, a lot of walking, I guess it could be. You're talking more for if you were here, right?
Yeah, I was just talking about just in purpose of just the people, give people an idea of how the men's retreat works. So when you say about a football field, about 100 yards, because even walking for me, I of course couldn't walk it. But when I show up, I plan on having the proper wheelchair to get around and do everything I need to do. I'm going to be everywhere. I plan on having a cool wheelchair that gets me everywhere I need to be. I just want to give an idea of the people to know what the men's retreat is like. At the men's retreat, I haven't asked you this before, but I've been wondering that, even my wife has asked me before. In Peru, Los Cielos, are you a beer man, and what kind of beer options are there in Peru?
I am not a beer man.
Okay.
And the beer, it's just called cerveza, isn't it? Like their main beer, or no, Guane, I think, is their main beer, and it's like a tiger.
Okay.
San Juan. But to be honest, I've never even tried it because I'm not a beer man.
Okay. What about in terms of cannabis? How is there cannabis readily available in Peru?
So it's not readily available. Like you can't go to a store like in the United States now or anything like that. But yes, I have access to it. Thank God, because it helps me a lot. Obviously, with my MS, I'm starting to grow my own, but it's really hard to grow here because it's 12 and 12 all the time. So I need to have an indoor system that I can manipulate the lights, because if not, as soon as you seed them, they want to start flowering because it's a 12 and 12 system,
Yep.
so it doesn't work.
Yep, I can
But
only
yes,
imagine.
you can get it here.
We experimented with growing it here ourselves as well. And of course I'm in Texas, so it's not even legal in Texas to have the flower. You can have there are two different versions we can have in Texas if you're diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And it is the I want to say it's not even the vape. It is the tablet and an oil, a topical oil I want to say that you can rub on. And
Right.
I've gone as far as Colorado trying out different cannabis type products. None of those things have ever worked at all for me. I do have, when we were in
Mhm.
Ecuador though, I have here Aguanto de cannabis. I can't even see it on my screen. It's Aguanto de cannabis. Man, I've taken baclofen, Vicodin, Percocet. They wanted me to do chemotherapy when I quit Western medicines. But this $3 jar, Aguanto de cannabis. Man, I don't know if you can see this, but
Yeah,
all I do is
I can
rub
see a
this little
little bit.
jar on. Yeah, and it's like the neurosis and pain in my feet. I have the diabetic neurosis and pain in my feet. It's nonstop, 24/7. It's just how bad of it is. If it gets to about a level 5 or a 6 or a 7, if I put some of this on, it knocks it all the way down to a 1 or a 2. And if it's at like a 2 or a
Oh wow,
3,
that's
this
awesome.
eliminates the pain all the way. The first time I used
Oh
this,
wow.
man, we were in Ecuador, all my pains began to disappear. And I believe it had to do with the temperature sensitivity. Ecuador, the temperature was much more consistent, stable, or whatever. The food was so great. Just, I mean, you feel like you're in heaven. So I never even tried it because I felt like I had no pain in Ecuador. But once we came back, the first time I put this Aguanto de cannabis on, this cannabis oil on my feet, and I saw the pain went away, man, I bust out crying, bro. I bust out crying because I've had so many
Wow.
medical drugs here and they don't work. They're telling me chemotherapy. They're telling me I can take a medicine. There's a shot called Ocrevus. The shot costs $50,000 a shot. And they're telling me this will solve my pain
Jesus.
problems. Yeah, exactly. And that's not the only thing. It's you gotta take pills with the shot and steroid with the shot. But with the shot was the last thing. Ocrevus. They have
Wow.
commercials for it that come on TV. $50,000 a shot. And in Ecuador, in the
Fuck.
mall, at a freaking mall kiosk, dude is posted up. It has all types of
That's
little cannabis
crazy.
oils and all types of shit, man. He has eucalyptus, 100% eucalyptus oil that's like big vapor rub times 1,000. And he's selling this stuff, man, for less
Christ.
than $5. And this shit is solving my problems. I cannot wait
That's
to
crazy.
get back to South America. I can't wait to get back. Ecuador, Peru, I
I would,
can't wait to get
I
back.
would love a picture of that.
Yo, I would
I would
definitely send
love
that to
a
you.
picture of that when you can.
I would definitely send that
Yeah.
to you. Definitely
I
send
want to
that.
know
I've
what's
been
in
meaning to
it.
write a whole review about it. I would definitely send that picture to you,
That's
man.
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you have answered all of my questions, Charles. I mean, we have gotten this interview out. This is going to be awesome. And I can tell the people have been asking, I got him. I finally got him. This is Tyler. Cool beans, man. 1,000 thank yous for this. Before I let you go,
Thousand thank you.
I gotta ask you, I'm the agent of gratitude. Can you tell me something you are grateful for and why you are grateful for it? Give me something that you just grateful for and why.
You know what? Today I'm grateful for my monkey Tupac, my red howler monkey. Because exactly why? Because whenever I can be thinking of anything down or not positive or, I guess negative, I literally can just look at this little monkey and his face, just his eyes, his whole expression is just like makes my whole heart and body light up. It's so amazing to have such a small animal, but with such closeness of like the human, like he's got the opposable thumbs and stuff. It's just, I don't know. I'm so grateful for this little monkey. He's brought in so much happiness and joy with just so much else, but is going on outside in the world there. So it's been awesome to have this little monkey Tupac Amaru.
Yo, man, I got to ask you, have you trained Tupac to do anything, bring anything to you? Does Tupac do any type of tricks like that, or he just does his own thing like the real Tupac? Like, man, I'm gonna do my own thing, homie.
Well, he's only like 3 months right now. So the only thing he does do almost on his own is go to the washroom. He pees and poos in the toilet. I taught him that from like day one that we got. They're that smart. You know, I just sit him down, show him my penis peeing in the toilet, and he's like, oh, okay, I got one of those.
Really?
I'll do it. And he started doing it too.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That is so damn cool. Oh, snap.
But
That
he's a
is so
baby.
damn cool.
He's a baby. Look up, you know, when you get off, go Google red howler monkey. Oh my God. We've got a male. You hear what they are and look like they're good. This guy's gonna be big. He'd be like 2 feet or so.
Wow.
More.
And see, I've seen some, I've been to your website, of course. So I've seen some of the pictures. Like I've seen the pictures of the small monkey. They could be raining. I guess you're in the bed, and I can see the small monkey just posted up, looking at the rain, like, man, look at this shit here. As soon as this stops raining, I can't wait to get outside. Like I can see you doing all the poses. I see your captions and everything, and I'm always curious. Is that Tupac? Is that the one in the pictures that we can see on the website? Is that Tupac?
I don't.
Well, you know what?
I don't think Tupac's on our website yet.
Yep, you already said Tupac is only 3 months old, and I'm sure. And we've been talking and everything for a few months, so I know that those pictures are more than 3 months old. So that's not Tupac in those pictures.
Yeah, what you're seeing is our no longer woolly monkey that was like 2 years old. Wasn't with us for the full 2 years. Unfortunately, we just lost her not too long ago. But her name was Peppa. She was
that's
just adorable and just amazing.
Yep, that's what the caption. The caption said Peppa. I remember that. That was Peppa. What's the average lifespan of average lifespan of the red howler monkeys?
I can't remember. I think it's like 25 years, 12 to 25 years. I mean, in captivity, like with us, it'll, you know, we'll be lucky if we have it for 12 years or 15 years. That'd be a long push. Monkeys are so delicate. And the animals, I mean, we're in the jungle, literally, you know, our dog comes home from eating one of the baby goats' our neighbor's baby's goats. You know, it's like we're in the wild. We've got dogs and they, you know, when things come onto our property, neighbors' chickens, our dogs do an instant thing and they eat it. And then, you know, we kind of like negotiate, you know, well, your cows came onto our property and ate half our plants. So, you know, we're not going to, it's, you know, we're in the wild. It's things happen all the time here. Yeah. And what we sadly think what happened with Peppa was she somehow got a hold of a can of like diesel or petroleum and drank it because they're curious things. They're curious birds. They're monkeys. Yep, they like they see liquid, they put their mouth in it. They're just like kids. So if you're not there at that moment, and she was a pretty free monkey. She lived on the, you know, she'd walk around the property and go hang out at casitas all by herself. She was her own independent little chica. So somehow she found something bad, we think, and got into it. And a couple months of, anyways, it was sad.
Yeah. Golly, my condolences, brother. My condolences. The only pets we have around here are the kids. And my kids hate when I refer to them as pets, man. They cannot stand. They do not think of it as a joke. And I tell them all the time, look, if y'all cleaned up after yourselves, you would be different. But as long as I got to pick up after you and I got to feed you, like, what's the big difference? I love you the same. I mean, like, I don't understand. I really don't get it. Really don't get it.
Hilarious.
You don't want your pets to have kids and bring in more pets. You don't want your kids to have kids and bring in more kids. Like, I don't understand. But, you know, I guess that's just life. That is just life.
That's hilarious.
It is just life. Well, Tyler, again, brother, 1,000 thank yous for this. I've gotten this full episode. This is going to be awesome, man. I'm going to be in contact with you. Because I'm telling you, we have plans coming back to Ecuador by January, February. I'm trying to be hanging out with you in Peru for a few days by the summertime. So I'm going to be in constant contact with you. Plus that when I catch you on Clubhouse, because hey man, I've gotten put out of Clubhouse room before asking about ayahuasca. And I know you are in Clubhouse room where y'all actually talk about ayahuasca and different things. So I actually gotta make it to one of those
Yes.
rooms and learn more. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
1,000
for
thank yous
sure.
for this and
We're
everything.
having
Pop.
one. Thank you. This has been an honor and a blessing. Can't wait to talk more.
Yep. I'll see you later, man. Enjoy the rest of your week.
You too. Cheers. Love you, brother.
Cheers. Love you too, bro. I'm out.
Peace.
Nigga flies, me ain't a nigga cold as me, ain't another nigga got a swag quite like. But hold up, that's the way I feel. But hold up, but that's the way I feel.